And you are the...
Smiths. I'm Terry, and this is Chris.
And how long have you been living aboard?
4 years now.
Now, tell us a little bit about what the live aboard experience is like.
Well, for us, it's been pretty exciting, I guess. We sold our house and moved aboard and continued to work for 4 years, and then on May 1st we retired, and May 2nd we got underway in our Great Harbor 37 from Houston, Texas, and got up to Baltimore in July, and just in time for Hurricane Isabella, and which was a little later, I guess. And we've had an exciting trip so far.
Oh, it's been absolutely wonderful. Well, one of our friends said that there's liveaboards and there's cruisers, and for 4 years we realized liveaboard was wonderful, but the cruising is terrific. And the boat is wonderful. I have everything I need in my galley, and the head works out beautifully. So we're very happy. For all you women that are thinking about living aboard, this is some things you might want to consider. Do you like to bring a lot of clothing? So you're going to think of hanging lockers. And also, when you look at your stateroom, what size bed do you want? We found out that we really like a queen size bed, and we wanted to select comforts because it would be easy to move in and out. And also, too, how many drawers are in the stateroom. So all those things, you can end up with as little amount that you want to, or if you want the volume. So that's what I would look at. And then let's move over to the galley. What's important in the galley? To me, I wanted a full-size refrigerator, and I wanted because I love to cook, I wanted a full-size oven and a cooktop and a microwave, a full size. So that's something that you ladies are going to have to consider. Do you want just a little marine stove, or do you really want to cook and you want a lot of storage? So that's something that I really considered. Let's think about the head. What size head do you want? Do you want something that's comfortable to take a shower, or you don't mind being tight? Or do you want, do you want a bathtub? So that's something, and I really do think about, and I did, of the waste tank. Do you mind having a 25 or 35 gallon waste tank, or do you want 100, or do you want a larger waste tank because you have to figure you're going to be cruising? And then the living room area, the salon or saloon. I like things comfortable. Terry does too. So you want to really be able to relax and watch TV or read a good book. Have plenty of lighting and storage. So those are things you're going to have to really consider. Washer and dryer, that's a big thing. Do you really mind going up to the laundry in the marina? Well, if you don't mind that, but I really did want a working washer and dryer. And so, so we ended up with the stackable. So those are questions you're going to have to ask. Again, we'll go down to the galley. Do you want all your pots and pans? Do you want to be able to make cookies? So these things were very important to me because this is our way of life, and I wanted something that we could do for a long time. So that's what you have to think about, ladies. If you want inconvenience, well, then you want smaller, then that's fine. But if you really want, to have, and that's how we came up with the Great Harbor. And we did look, and we thought about many boats, and that's that was our decision, and we're absolutely enjoying it immensely.
The things I looked for was volume for everyday liveaboard comfort and so forth, and then the engine room, engine access was important to me. We'd had a sailboat for a number of years, and I did the engine maintenance, and sailboats are notoriously tight confinements for their engines, so having twin engines and a trawler that I could get around and service was important. Range and fuel economy was important to us. I would also give a vote for that a large waste tank, something often overlooked, but has been an immense help to us at times. And I think visibility from the helm was a big issue. Being former sailboaters, we were used to aft cockpit designs. We started looking at power boats, and we knew we wanted a pilot house design. That was still an adjustment for us and felt kind of confining in a lot of different pilot houses. And the boat we finally chose, one of the factors in its favor was we really had 360-degree visibility without it being a strain. So I would think those were the key points, Ruben, that we addressed.
And it also, too, when you're underway, the pilot house is wonderful because you really, because we've done a lot in the Gulf where we're 2 hours off and 2 hours on, and it's not, we live up in the pilot house when we're underway, and even when we're anchoring, and if it's a really windy, that's where we want to be. And but it's surprising when we're somewhere like we are in Baltimore. We really, unless we're getting underway, we really don't use the pilot house much.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a whole different room that opens up to you when you're underway. And we really, and then having that full table has been terrific because you can actually really have a nice lunch. And so it has. It's been wonderful for us.
One other thing just occurred to me when you're doing that engine maintenance I was talking about, I would consider how the boat's traffic pattern is affected when you're accessing the engine room. And again, we've had problems with boats where you had to take stairs out of the way, and then that broke up the ability to move around the boat while the engines were being worked on. So again, we picked a design where that wasn't an issue. And that we've been real glad of that because it's nice to be able to lay your tools down when you're doing a chore and go do something else without having to close up an engine room and put everything back in place. It's worked real well. When we were making the decision to purchase the boat, we were both still working. Chris was part-time and I was full-time. So we needed to make sure that we were going to be comfortable with the fact that instead of having cars in garages immediately adjacent to the house, that in fact we'd be comfortable with a 5-minute walk to a marina parking lot. And that turned out not to be a problem. In fact, it was kind of nice exercise.
Right.
Then the other thing we had to be considered when we were choosing a boat was that we knew we were going to have business clothes and a place to store them and the ability to launder them and press them and everything else. And all those issues that we were a little bit concerned about turned out to be non-issues with Fiddler's Green, the boat we ultimately purchased. And actually, I can't say that we ever felt like that we made a major lifestyle change in that sense. I went to work every morning. I looked forward to coming home. We relaxed in the saloon. We had a great dinner. Life went on.
You know what? And one thing I'd have to say with the ladies too, on our boat, you have 3 different places you can eat. Now, how could you say? I guess you could say that in a house because you go out to the patio, but we love our cockpit, so we eat out there, and then you have your salon that you can eat at, and then you have your pilot house. So it really works out beautifully.
That was one of the early on experiences. That was an evening discussion. Where do we eat tonight? We always enjoyed that decision.
Yeah, that's correct. Because I have my barbecue set up behind the pilot house, so usually if I'm going to barbecue, we end up eating in the pilot house. So.
We were living aboard 3.5 years before we got underway, and we've been cruising now for 6 or 7 months full time.
And your next big trip?
Coming up.
Yeah, we'll be leaving Baltimore, Maryland here in a few days after the Great Harbor Rendezvous, and we're going to head down to Charleston, South Carolina, and spend at least a month there, maybe the winter. We're not sure. We're playing it by ear. We might continue further south into Florida.
After that?
We'll become snowbirds of a sort after the winter and turn north. We're thinking of doing the New York Erie Canal system next summer, and maybe the summer after that, the New England area. But we're just going to do it.
We're very flexible.
As we feel like it.
Right.
So.
How long do you anticipate living on board?
We've asked ourselves from time to time how long we might want to live aboard, and of course we don't have an answer. The classic answer is as long as we're enjoying it, and that we have no health problems that would prevent that. So it's hard to say at this point. We're just going to let see what happens.
Right. Well, we say kind of 5-year plan, but we don't know if we're enjoying it. We'll be on it longer. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Any major second thoughts?
No.
Not-
Absolutely not. So I mean, we're very happy.
Not in 4 years.
Not in 4 years.